Hey everybody, it's Mike Pingel with Collector's Haven with our newest episode with Jim Thornton and his amazing out of this world, out of this world X-Files collection. I am excited to talk to Jim about his collection because I love the show. I like the movies. I like the reboots. And Jim, I am so excited about your collection. How long have you been collecting for?
I've been collecting for probably about 24 years, almost as long as the show's been on.
Wow. So how are they still producing X-File collectibles?
Merchandise, commercial wise, I think they do, but it's like really, slim pickings.
So do you mainly collect on a certain thing of X-Files, like the series or one of the actors, or what is your collection based on?
I collect. It's basically the whole show, um, the movies and stuff. Yes, but it's basically the whole show.
So what got you to collecting the X-Files? I mean, was it the show itself, the intrigue, the UFOs or aliens? What got you into it?
What got me into it? Back in the day when it first, right before it premiered, my life was a little crazy. I had two small kids and everything, and I was living the crazy lifestyle way back then, and the X-Files came on, and it reminded me of another show I used to watch when I was growing up. It scared the crap out of me. It was Kolchak the Night Stalker.
Wow, I never heard of that or saw that. When did that?
Really? Kolchak the Night Stalker was in the 70s. They made two made-for-TV movies, and then they did a series on TV for about a year. It starred Darren Mcgavin. Now, are you familiar with Darren Mcgavin?
No.
Okay. You will be familiar with Darren McGavin.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Now
Darren McGavin. Darren McGavin, are you familiar with the movie called A Christmas Story?
Yes, I am.
He was the father.
Okay, great.
Yes, he was the father.
Wow.
So he was Carl Kolchak, and he was a reporter. It was basically Monster of the Week episodes. And it was Chris Carter that created the X-Files. He was a big fan of Kolchak, so in that and some of the old school horror movies and stuff, so that's how the X-Files kind of got created. So when I watched it, it kind of brought me back. It was on Friday nights at the time, and I stayed home with my two kids and everything, and the pilot episode it hooked me because it had that eerie feel to it, and it just took off.
Wow. Well, that's very so you saw wow. I'm just trying to think that's so exciting that his love of the show and your love of that show created this amazing X-File that went on for years. They had 480 episodes, I believe. Is that true?
Yeah, it was quite a bit. It was on for 9 years. Then it kind of, if you want to call it a reboot, I don't like using that term, but they brought it back for, season 10 and season 11,
Yeah, I don't think it was a reboot. I mean, honestly, those were like, it kept the theme of the show. Like a lot of other reboots, they don't really stay with
right
what came before them. And, with the original actors coming back for it and, doing some really wacky, I like that they had a through line, more of a through line in those, but also there was wacky episodes with, crazy, aliens or.
Exactly.
And then those two movies what did you think about the movies?
The first one, Fight the Future, I totally loved it, because it came, it was around like season 5 and, the second movie, I Want to Believe, it was a bad time for when it came out because it came out against one movie, and this movie that it went against destroyed it was Batman.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it was different. It had a different feel to it. It was really more religion driven, but I mean, for what it is, it was good, but it wasn't Fight the Future.
That's true. But it's also, I mean, what's also fun about the X-Files is uh, both the main actors always come back. They always come back for the show, which is great.
Right, right.
There's no like other people. I mean, although at the end of the first the actual series, they did bring other people into the series, which I didn't think was always
Yeah, they did.
but they were great. Um, so let's talk about more about the toys. Now, while collecting, is there other than Mueller and Scully and Skinner and the Smoking Man, did they make a lot of other toys on like aliens, or was there a certain alien that they made more toys on others, or what kind of stuff did they create?
Well, when Fight the Future came out, they made action figures. Mulder, Scully, Alien. Like a decayed fireman on a gurney, cryopods and stuff like that. They made all that stuff. A lot of characters didn't get action figures, which I wish that they should have. The Lone Gunman and Krychek, and that would have been really cool. They
Yeah.
released a lot of statues. Sideshow, made 12-inch figures out of them, which were really cool.
That's good. What was the first thing you collected? What was the first item?
The first thing I ever collected, merchandise back then, was like non-existent, but I was at a mall one time and with my sister, and I saw this little kiosk and I saw this binder, and I was like, well, wait a minute. I know the character looked a little familiar. I got closer to it. I was like, holy crap. It's a binder full of trading cards, showcase trading cards. I was like, oh, wow. I had to get them, I got them. And I was like on cloud nine. I was like, oh my God, I own a piece of the show. That's how it felt back then.
Oh, that's amazing, because for me, as I collect Charlie's Angels, and that was one of the first things I purchased too. One of my main memories is getting the cards in
Right.
downtown in San Francisco.
Right.
So, cards are, I think, an amazing collectible, because you can hold them, take them anywhere you go, trade them with friends, and it showcases the show. I think it's amazing. That's a great.
Yeah. I mean, the card, when I saw them, I was like, wow, because they didn't have anything, merchandise didn't take off yet, so when I grabbed them, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool.
So what is your most prized possession in your collection?
My most prized possession, well, it's transitioned quite a bit. My prized possession has probably got to be the next thing that hasn't come yet. That's probably the most prized possession. But the prized possession would have to be the latest that I just received, which was a shipping container filled with collectibles and props from the creator, Chris Carter.
What?
Yeah. He reached out to us, and he knew what we were doing, and he was totally thrilled, and he wanted to be a part of it. And we turned around and, got a hold of a shipping company and got a pod delivery brought out to where he lives and filled it all up. And, probably about 10 days later, they delivered a pod unit, and we opened it up, and it was just like the gods came down. Yeah, it was mind-blowing. It was absolutely mind-blowing.
Okay, first off, what are you doing?
What we're doing?
Explain what. I mean, if Chris is sending you a pod of stuff, you must be doing something beautiful and wonderful and big.
Yeah, we're doing something bigger than big. We're going to be open. I don't like to use the term a lot, museum, because to me a museum is Picasso, Van Gogh, and stuff. I don't really, that gets thrown around a lot. But basically, we've created the X-File Preservation Collection, and it will be like a museum. And we're going to be showcasing everything from commercial stuff to promotional stuff to crew gifts, wardrobe they used on the show, the props they used on the show, set dressing they used on the show. Yeah, it's pretty big, you know. We got big things coming.
That's amazing. Now, is it going to be something that's going to be moving, or is it going to be set someplace?
No, it's going to be stationary. Can't move it. Trust me. We moved a little of it at one time, a little over a year ago. That was something, you know. We would need probably about 2 tractor trailers to move this stuff.
Oh my gosh. So what did he send you?
We knew some of the stuff. He kind of, you know, rambled off a little bit, but we really didn't know, you know. We didn't know. And then when we started diving into it, he sent us some stuff like undeveloped film from the pilot. Yeah.
Wow.
He had there was an episode, Postmodern, had a lookalike Cher was in it. You know, it was a black and white episode. Right at the end, a deformed baby that was thrown in.
Just thrown the board.
You know, yeah, and the pictures. I can't even begin to tell you, hundreds and hundreds of pictures, stuff that was given to him, donated to him from like NASA. You know, the pilot episode. You asked one thing that I kind of like. What is your most pride thing?
Yeah.
I'd have to say, for something so small that survived from the pilot episode, the small, tiny implant, it was supposedly put up, you know, one of the noses from the aliens and stuff, you know. That is really cool, you know. But it's hard to nail down.
Wow. I'm floored and blown away. That's amazing.
Well, that's what we're going for, you know. We're going to floor people, to knock people right on their butts and be like, wow,
And
you know, because
go ahead.
Because I love the show so much. It did a lot for me, you know. It kept me home with my kids, and you know, and I want to do some stuff for the show, you know.
Yeah.
And that's
keep the show alive and keep the love of it. And
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I feel, I don't know if, I'm sure you do, the show is kind of timeless in points.
It is. Yeah, totally agree with you on that one.
You know, we might not be having cell phones in every episode in the beginning, but you know, it's you know, the story he created, I think, still stands the test of time.
Yeah, it does stand the test of time. And also, you know, if you watch it now, it's like, Chris Carter, how did you know back then what's going on right now? You know, that's kind of trippy.
I know. Because he didn't send you his time warp thing, did he?
No, not yet. Not yet. We're waiting on that one.
So in your collection, what is the weirdest thing you've collected? Like something weird, I don't know, from other countries or something?
The weirdest thing we've collected? Oh my gosh. Oh, man, wow, the weirdest thing. It would have to, the weirdest thing. I think it's really cool, but when people see it and stuff, they think it's really weird and creepy. In one episode called Rush, where these kids go into a cave and they go into this light and they get like ultrasonic speed, you know, like kind of like the Flash, you know. And one of the kids, the sheriff comes up, and one of the kids grabs the flashlight. He's going so fast, and he jams it through the sheriff's face. Yeah, we've got the sheriff's smashed in, caved in face. You know, teeth are all inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty weird, but I think it's kind of cool.
I was thinking maybe a Mulder ornament, but yes, that's great too. Caved in faces. That yeah. That'd be a showstopper. That's the showstopper. As far as collecting toys, do you have a wacky story of going someplace and finding something that you didn't expect and somewhere weird, like a weird?
It's not really a wacky story, but it's just kind of funny how things work out. We were at a movie convention in Connecticut, and my wife at the time saw this vendor, she had all these, like she makes custom dolls, deformed dolls. They were really, really good too, and I don't know what happened, but she found out the X-Files. Oh, wow. I like that show. Matter of fact, I have some stuff from the show. And I was like, excuse me, what? Okay, you piqued my interest, So she turned around, and we got her information, and I didn't think nothing of it. And it was like almost a year later, she got in touch with us. We drove all the way back down there just to pick up Dana Scully's set dressing, television, and VCR. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
How did she get that?
I don't know how she got it, but she had it, and her husband at the time, he was ready, thought it was this old junk, and he was going to chuck it out, and I was like, no, we drove, a few hundred miles just to go get it.
That's a good road trip. That is a good road trip. That is a good road trip. What do you like about your collecting is bigger than just a collecting of toys, but what do you like about collecting?
What I like about, I like, one, it gives me joy, I love the show. It does give me joy. But I like knowing that, what I'm doing is I'm kind of like saving history, the show, it came on at a time when the Fox network was just launching. This show, Married with Children, Simpsons, and all that, they kind of put Fox on the map, So I'm trying to honor, the people that worked on the show, pay tribute to them, all the hard work that they did and gave the X-File fandom, joy. So it's just a tribute that we're doing for them.
Yeah, that's great. What was your favorite show of this series?
Show or episode?
Or episode. Sorry.
Episode? Oh, there's too many. There's too many. I'm a huge fan of the Monster of the Week episodes. Okay. You got to throw in, Ice. You got to throw in Darkness Falls, the woods with the little bugs and stuff. Okay. Our Town. What episode? You got to have a show about cannibalism.
Is that the one with Mama underneath the bed?
No. That episode is Home. Is Home with the mother, Ma Peacock, under the bed. Our Town is the one with Chaco Chicken. They run a chicken plant, but they kind of like eat other people and stuff. Who
would already?
Yeah. But Home is also a great episode.
Yeah. Didn't he revisit that in another episode too?
No, he never did.
Never did?
Nope, he never did.
In a different
but the episode Home, the lady that played Ma Peacock, Karen Conoval, we've met her several times. She's such a sweetheart, and she's totally supported everything that we're doing. She's promoted us. A lot of the, some of the directors and stars and stuff, they're totally supportive. They're really, really cool.
So in your journey of collecting, it sounds like you've met some of the stars. How many have you met, Duchovny and all the other stars?
We basically met all of them. We've met them all. Duchovny and Jillian, you can only meet them, real quick because, they got so many people around them, but they were nice, Nick Leia, he played Alex Krychek, I always loved him because he was just a dirty rat, great guy. We met the lone gunman.
Oh yeah.
Yep, the smoking man. Yeah, they're all phenomenal.
So in your collection, what is the most expensive thing? I don't think I've asked this question in your collection that you purchased.
The most expensive thing? Oh my God!
Money down. How much was
it? This was a package deal. It was a package deal. It was from Fight the Future. It was the alien cryopod. It was the alien cryopod, and it was a lot of Mulder's furniture from his office. File cabinets, all his desks in back of him, all that, you know. It was a bunch of stuff, you know. The package deal was probably about, you know, with the freight shipping and all that was, I would say, probably about $8,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they kept a lot of stuff from the set. It's not like a lot of TV shows that once it's gone, it gets put back into storage or it gets reused or thrown away. It sounds like they really knew that this stuff was going to be loved by fans or kept or used again.
Well, when the show ended, there was a major auction. They did auction stuff off, you know. But there was a lot of pieces that were kept. And believe it or not, I was really surprised. Chris Carter, he kept a lot of stuff, you know. And I saw pictures of his storage units. It's like, wow, packed, you know. And he had everything all cataloged and stuff, you know. He was a very smart man.
Well, you know, it was his baby. I'm sure that he wanted to keep as much as he could with it.
Exactly.
I know I would have. Where do you keep your whole collection?
We have storage units, you know, heated storage units, and our house right now, we're in a process of, you know, buying a bigger house, you know, because this is just too small, you know. A couple floors is just not enough, you
I
know.
love it that you're getting buying a new house because of your collectibles. That I love that.
Yeah, it's yeah. Like I said, you know, we were planning on, you know, getting a commercial space, you know, and the
Yeah,
world got a little crazy, you know.
yeah.
So we're gonna, you know, we're waiting a little bit till it gets a little bit better, and then we're just gonna, you know, keep going.
Fantastic. Can we see some of your collectibles?
Yeah, sure. And back of me, what you see, you know, some of that's a little hodgepodge of everything. I'll bring it a little closer. You know, it's commercial stuff. It's, you know, it's some, you know, promotional stuff. You know, there's the sideshow figures. And right up here, I'll bring it up here real slow. That's a screen used alien mask in one of the episodes.
Fantastic. Is that a usable alien head?
I'll bring it down a little bit. There's, you know, there's statues, there's
Oh, I
cops.
think we've lost your microphone.
You hear me now?
Oh, I sure can.
Good. There's statues, there's cops, you know, commercial stuff. And then right down here.
And we lost it again. There's a hand.
Can you hear me now? How's that?
Yep, now I can hear you again.
And then this one right here, that's the arm.
No, we've lost. I don't know why. It's weird that your audio keeps
Strange.
strange. When it turns to you, it turns on.
I have the power.
Love it.
Yeah.
Now, those dolls, and does that have the actual boxes behind them that they came in, or
Boxes, and we have them in doubles and triples.
nope?
This is mainly, like I said, commercial stuff, stuff that's Japanese. And this one right here, get a good shot of that. That's cigarette.
Is that Scully's outfit? I can't hear you either.
No, that's cigarette smoking man's suit. That's his full suit from season 11. That's the other side of the room.
Wow. That's a lot of great stuff. Make it larger.
I have a lot better to show you.
So was that Skelly's outfit? It's weird. If the camera's on you, we can hear you, but when it's not, we can't hear you.
That was the smoking man's suit from season 11.
Oh, fantastic. And I saw a kind of a face with teeth.
Yeah, that was from the episode. The host, he's nicknamed Fluke Man.
And is that a reproduction or is that an actual?
That's a reproduction.
Okay. And
that's
how about and that alien behind that alien head?
That alien head, that's screen used. That's screen used. Yeah, that was from one of the episodes. Yes.
Nice. Wow. So, and those are all. Go ahead.
And here is a production used from Chris Carter. This is production used from, oh my gosh, I've had over 20 years. I wouldn't want to eat them, that's for sure. You know, this is a production used bag of Mulder sunflower
seeds. That is nice.
Yeah. You know, there's lots of stuff, you know.
So, and all the dolls back there, those are all licensed dolls that were with the boxes?
Yeah, those were put out by Sideshow.
Nice. And what was that gold thing in the corner behind?
The gold thing in the corner.
On the other side.
Let's bring it back. Let's the gold thing in the corner. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. What happened to be that?
Oh, it looks like an award.
Yes.
That's tough.
That's a Golden Reel Award, 1997.
Okay.
Sound effects editor television series, The X-Files, for the episode Tempest Fugit.
Nice. And what's that body part behind your head?
The body part? Yep. You got good eyes. That is a prosthetic leg stump.
What?
Prosthetic leg stump.
A prosthetic leg stump.
Yes.
And whose stump is it?
That's from the episode The Rain King. He was supposed to only have one leg, and from the knee down, he was kind of supposedly, was amputated. But really, in real life, he had both legs. So, that is the prosthetic stump they used to put his knee in. Yeah, it is pretty kind of creepy looking.
It is creepy looking. And is it a Mulder and Scully busts? Are those busts up there too? Right next to them?
Yeah, those are the small ones. They're the small ones. But here is some bigger ones. See if this mic will cut out. That's the Mulder one.
Wow.
And that's the Scully one.
Do you find that they produce high quality reproduction images, or do they sometimes not?
They, they did a pretty good job. Um, One thing they could have done a little bit better, in my opinion, was the McFarlane figures a little bit. You know, um, their face on it was pretty good. But some of their, their legs and stuff were like kind of like crooked and stuff. But over and all, I'm happy they produced them.
They look great. So what's on them? Are those posters on the ceiling or?
Yeah, yeah, those are. Yeah, the whole ceiling's lined.
Are those fan posters or are they actual posters they brought out throughout the?
They're art posters. We got them at a convention. I saw them, and I was like, you want to know what? I want them all. Whatever you got, I want them. And it was just stacks of them.
Wow.
So who knows? You know how you get stuff at a convention. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's true. But
But I love them.
Yeah, if they're cool, they're cool. Did I ask who was your favorite character in the show?
No, you didn't. Who's my favorite character on the show? Man, you'd have to ask that one. I'd have to say, my favorite character. I like them all, but I don't know. Alex Kolchak, I like him because he's out for himself and just doesn't give a crap.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow, I mean, no, this is just a little bit of your collection, isn't it? This is just
this is probably about 1%.
Holy folks, 1%. That's all you
Yeah,
get.
it's probably I mean, wardrobe alone, we've got probably anywhere from 200 to 250 pieces of wardrobe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's I'm envious. To be quite honest, I'm envious because if I had any piece of a wardrobe from Charlie's Angels, I would be excited.
Really?
Yes.
Now, what Charlie's Angels?
I'm sorry?
What Charlie's Angels?
Well, I would take anything from the show if I could find it, but
the original show?
Oh yeah,
or the movie?
Yeah, not the reboots. Oh, poof, poof.
I agree with you on that one. I was a huge Charlie's Angels fan when I was growing up.
Don't get me started. We'll be here all day. Yeah, no, I like the first movie. I worked on the first movie with Drew and McGee and Leonard Goldberg, but other than that, they took the left train. I don't know where they decided they were going to go with any of the reboots and other
right.
Movies.
I was a huge Charlie's Angels. I was a huge Jacqueline Smith fan when I was a little kid.
Yeah. True. Who was your favorite guest star on the show?
Guest star on the X-Files?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow, there's so many, back then they were just, they were kind of like, up and coming, just actors. You didn't know who they were, then years later you were like, oh crap, really? They were on the show? Jack Black,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there was so many. Jack Black his character was funny. It was pretty cool, in DPO.
So, when do you think your experience of X-Men or not X-Men? Oh my God, X-Files is going to happen? I don't want to say museum, but your X.
Right. Well, we're shooting for the spring of 2021 to summer of 2021. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff, on the web. We got our website going. We got our face. What's that?
What's the address of the website?
It's the X-Files Preservation Collection.com.
Okay.
Then it's the same as Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. We showcase a lot of stuff. We're going to start creating our own YouTube channel and stuff for right now, just to hold people over. You know, we created our own X-File Preservation Collection merchandise. You know, we got lunch boxes, T-shirts, hats and stuff, and poster prints. We consigned J.J. Lindahl. He is a famous artist. He does a lot of poster work for Star Wars, you know, Star Trek, you know. So we got him to, you know, do some artwork for us, you know, to kind of help support this, you know.
That's great. I would ask if you're looking for anything, but it sounds like you get everything.
We're always looking, you know. There's stuff that, you know, we don't have that I'm chomping at the bit to get.
Like
You
what?
know, like an ice core canister from the episode Ice.
I just happen to have one right now. I'm kidding.
Yeah. The mask from the episode Our Town, kind of like a weird hodgepodge voodoo mask the sheriff wears before he beheads people. You know, there's a lot of stuff, you know, but the real hardest stuff to get a hold of is the wardrobe from the original run, especially the Vancouver years when they filmed up in Vancouver. That's probably impossible to get because, I mean, if it's still intact, people are just not going to part with it.
So if anybody needs to reach out to you, if they have one of those things, they can reach you on the website.
On the website, or, you know, X-File Preservation Collection at gmail.com. You know, anybody's got anything, get a hold of us.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you for taking the time today. This has been amazing. I can't wait because I'm definitely going to come out and see the experience or the museum when it opens.
Absolutely.
Fun.
Absolutely. Totally invited.
Keep me posted. Maybe we'll do another Zoom for everybody. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching the show today. Please share with your friends, family, and any X-Files fans. Keep us posted with any new collection that you have with the X-Files, because you know what? The truth is out there. Is that the right way?
It definitely is out there. Yes.
Did I get it? Did that come out of my head right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I just make stuff up, you know? It gets crazy.
So do I, man.
All right. I think that's all. Jim, thank you so much for taking the time today. And I'll post everything so everybody can come over and see everything you're doing.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Keeping X-Files alive.